This is Hakodate, a small, lovely port city in northern Japan. Before coming to Hakodate, a lot of the stuff that we read online made it out to be a rather small place with not a lot to see or do, a 2 to 3 day stop only. We've been here for a couple of weeks now, and I have to tell you, I couldn't disagree more. There's way more to see and do than I was expected. I'm actually really impressed. The city is gorgeous. Today we're having brunch at a cute little cafe called La Minaire, near where we're staying, with stunning views of the ocean and incredible food. So I figured it would be a good moment to share with you my first impressions of Hakodate. Today I want to tackle a simple question. Is Hakodate just a 2 to 3 day visit, or is it worth visiting for a week or maybe even longer, especially during winter? So get comfortable, be sure to give the video a like, and let's get started. Right behind us is the Hakodate JR station. Other than a small airport, this is the main connection of Hakodate with the outside world, and in my opinion, probably as far north as you want to stay within the city. If you're looking for convenience or maybe do some day trips, staying near the station will probably make life way easier. However, if you want to enjoy exploring the city and want to be near the liveliest parts or neighborhoods, you definitely want to stay closer to the southern tip. If you look at the map, you see that Hakodate covers a huge area, but 80% of everything you want to see and do, it's around this area over here. There's a pretty decent public transportation system between the bus and the tram, of which there's 2 lines. You pretty much can get to any point in the city. The trams are actually very easy to use. A one-way ticket will cost you around $1.50. And one of the things I really like is that as you ride on them, you can actually use it as a sightseeing tour and I guess get to explore and see the city out the windows, because they're literally all windows all around. So that's pretty cool. For $1.50, you get to explore the city. But in my opinion, the best way to experience Hakodate is just walking. We got the first snow a couple of days after we arrived, and it completely transformed the city. We woke up today and everything was white, and it's still snowing hard. So I think it's gonna be 6-7 inches of snow. The first snow,
the real snow,
the proper real snow of the year. Today is the 27th of December. We didn't have a white Christmas, but close enough. It not only makes everything look so pretty and beautiful, the snow also muffles all the city sounds. So everything feels so quiet, so peaceful. However, you need to be prepared for the weather. If you want to visit Hakodate in the winter, expect it to be cold, 20, 30 degrees every day. So make sure to pack a good winter jacket, some thick thermals, and a good pair of boots. Trust me, you're going to need them, especially because the sidewalks can be very icy.
This is where I slid last time.
We are traversing through a really cool open space covered in snow, and Danielle's little legs are struggling. It's like watching a 5-year-old toddler walk. Yes, very, very funny. I personally love the snow. I think it makes everything look so beautiful, and the contrast between the white snow and the landscape makes for amazing pictures. Just assume that you're gonna be walking a lot slower than usual, and it's gonna take you longer to get anywhere. One thing you realize right away is how cinematic the city is. Between the mountains, the ocean, and the elevated streets, you get stunning panoramic views. It's literally almost like the city is a giant postcard. It's so beautiful. There's a really big contrast between the very touristy areas and the everyday smaller streets. It's not that the touristy areas is super busy, really not compared to most cities. It's rather, I think, that the everyday streets are so empty. I know it's probably because it's really cold and everyone's staying in, but I love the fact that you can walk around the city during the day and you basically have the whole thing to yourself. There's literally nobody on the streets. One of the things I like about walking around the streets in Hakodate, and you get amazing views no matter where you are. You're either looking at the mountains, you have the ocean. I especially love walking down the beach because you've got the snow, the sand, the water, and the seagulls up ahead. It's such an interesting combination. Makes your head get all crazy. Like, it doesn't make sense. There shouldn't be any snow at the beach, but it's really beautiful. As far as things to do, there's plenty. It just really depends on what you're into. I'll break it up into 4 different categories. First, for people that like architecture and history, there's a bunch of different museums that you can explore. Like the former British Consulate Museum, or the Old Public Hall. And you have a lot of beautiful shrines around Mount Hakodate. We particularly loved visiting the Goryokaku shrine. Recently, we made a really cool video reviewing our visit in a snowstorm. It was amazing. I'm gonna leave a link to that video in the description below. Second, if you're looking for a more Hakodate unique experience, I recommend visiting the Goryokaku Star Fort and the Monkey Onsen. The Star Fort, or Goryokaku, was probably one of the most incredible sights in the whole of Japan. Shaped like a star and completed in 1866, the fort is so large that you can only get a sense of its shape looking at it from above. Luckily, you can climb to the top of the Goryokaku Tower for a full panoramic view of the whole area.
This is the floor plan of the place.
This right here is the
Magistrate's office.
magistrate's office.
Residents and offices.
What's really interesting is this whole house was demolished back in the early 1900s and then rebuilt in 2011 as a model or a remade of the original, and it's considered one of the best reconstructions ever made in Japan of the Edo period. It looks real. They even faded the wood on the sides, so it looks like it's been here for a couple hundred years. It's amazing. Another very cool attraction is the Monkey Onsen at the Botanical Garden. The best time to visit, in my opinion, is while snowing. if you're looking for some interesting, unique shopping or want to get some great food, you have a ton of different options here in Hakodate, but the highest concentration is going to be around what's called, which is right behind us, the Red Brick District, or the Red Brick Warehouse District, which is very interesting warehouses, red long buildings filled with souvenir stores,
Some restaurants and bars.
some restaurants and bars. Definitely a cool way to hang out and just kind of people watch. So let's go explore. This is probably the best place in the city to find local crafts and souvenirs. There are also quite a few good bars and restaurants. One of the ones that we really liked was the Lucky Pierrot restaurant, a very fun and tasty burger place. This is definitely one of my favorite areas to hang out in Hakodate. Especially at night, and the lights come on with the snow, it looks very pretty.
Yeah.
Especially during Christmas, it was amazing with all the Christmas lights.
And a huge Christmas tree.
And fourth, if you're looking for nice winter walks and scenic views, I recommend visiting or exploring the slopes, which are a series of inclined roads packed with monuments and parks, churches, temples, and all kinds of amazing things to see. There are some truly beautiful churches to explore around here, and the views just before sunset are stunning. And from the top of the slopes, you can actually catch the gondolas that take you up to the Mount Hakodate Observatory, from where you get incredible views of the city below, and you can even watch the sunset over the mountains. Okay, here's my verdict on Hakodate during winter. Is it worth it? Yes, if you're looking for a quiet, scenic city and not necessarily for a vibrant nightlife. Could you see everything in a couple of days? I would say 2 to 3 days will allow you to see some of the highlights. A week will allow you to slow down and really get to know the city well. But 2 weeks to a month is where Hakodate really starts to feel special. I would say the city is probably best for anyone that enjoys walking, photographers, people that love winter, and in general people that are looking for a quiet, calm state. And if you want to get the most out of the city, I would recommend scheduling less activities or sites to do every day and leaving free time for walking around the streets and exploring, because the little streets and the views is where Hakodate really shines. Right now we are walking down a part of the city that most people actually never get to see or explore, and I understand why, because it's a little far out of the way. We're walking into or around the docks area here on the, I guess what will be the eastern side of Hakodate. Most people don't make it here because it's not a tourist attraction per se, but if you have the time, I recommend making your way over here. The views are unbelievable. You see the lighthouse over there in the corner? That's where we're going. It's just stopped snowing and it's clearing out, and you can already see how wonderful the view is. So let's head over there. We're planning to spend 2 months here this winter and really explore and live everything Hakodate has to offer. Over the next few weeks, we're going to share with you some of the best and most impressive sites. So If you enjoy this type of content, make sure you subscribe to our channel now so you won't miss any of those videos when they come out. In any case, I'm glad you liked this video, and I'll see you next time.